Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, where we explore the fascinating world of coin collecting, numismatics, and the rich history behind some of the most valuable and sought-after coins. So, let's jump right into our first featured coin. The 1984 Washington Quarter Dollar minted in Philadelphia is an interesting piece in the Washington Quarter series. While not often regarded as a key date among collectors, this coin has historical significance, distinctive design elements, and a few notable errors that can increase its value in the numismatic market. The Washington Quarter series was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The original design by John Flanagan became an enduring symbol of American coinage. The 1984 quarter continued this legacy, struck in large numbers for circulation as part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing production. By 1984, the U.S. economy was experiencing recovery and growth following the economic downturn of the late 1970s and early 1980s. This period saw an increase in demand for coinage as commercial activity expanded. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for producing the 1984 P. Washington Quarter, struck millions of these coins to keep up with economic activity and transactional needs. The obverse design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, features a left-facing bust of George Washington. The portrait is accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" at the top, "In God We Trust" on the left side. The date, 1984, at the bottom. Unlike some earlier versions, the 1984 Washington Quarter does not have a designer's initial below Washington's bust, maintaining the clean and simple aesthetic of earlier years. On the reverse, the traditional heraldic eagle design is present. The eagle, with wings spread wide, clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, signifying strength and readiness to defend the nation. Below the arrows is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions include United States of America across the top, E Pluribus Unum just below it, quarter dollar at the bottom. The overall design remained unchanged from previous years, as it was only in 1999 that the State Quarters series introduced new reverse designs. The 1984 P. Washington Quarter was struck in significant numbers at the Philadelphia Mint, with a total mintage of 676,545,000 coins. This high production number means that finding one in circulation is still relatively easy, though coins in higher grades are less common due to natural wear over time. While the 1984 P Quarter is not rare in circulated conditions, finding it in mint state MS grades, especially MS 67 and higher, can be challenging. This is due to the mass production process, where contact marks and abrasions often occurred before the coins even entered circulation. The value of a 1984 P Washington Quarter depends on its condition. Circulated condition: good to fine. Face value to $0.5, extra fine, XF. Around $1 about uncirculated, AU. $2 to $5, mint state, MS60 to MS64. $10 to $20 high mint state, MS65 to MS67 plus. Can reach $250 or more, depending on eye appeal and demand. Several errors and die varieties have been reported for the 1984 P Washington Quarter, making them highly collectible. Double die obverse. Some specimens show doubling in the lettering of "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." While not as dramatic as earlier double die quarters, these varieties are sought after by error collectors. A percentage of 1984 P quarters were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing. The value depends on the severity of the misalignment. 10 to 15% off-center errors can fetch $30 to $50. While extreme off-center errors exceeding 50% can be worth $100 plus. These errors occur when a blank planchet is improperly cut, resulting in a missing portion of the coin's edge. Clipped planchet errors on a 1984 P Quarter can range in value from $20 to $100, depending on how pronounced the clip is. Some 1984 P Quarters were struck through grease-filled dies, causing parts of the design to appear weak or missing. While these errors are generally minor, they can still fetch premiums from error collectors. Despite its high mintage, the 1984 P Washington Quarter remains a notable piece in the Washington Quarter series. Its appeal among collectors comes from high-grade examples. Finding an MS67 example is rare, making them desirable for registry set collectors. Error coins. Unique errors increase the coin's collectability and value. Many collectors pursue full sets of Washington quarters by date and mint mark, making the 1984 P quarter an essential part of the series. For those looking to add value to their collection, it is advisable to seek high-grade, well-preserved specimens with minimal contact marks or toning. Additionally, any variety or error coins should be authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify their authenticity and value. The 1984 P Washington quarter may not be the rarest or most valuable in the series, but it remains an important coin due to its place in numismatic history. Whether you're collecting for fun, investment, or historical interest, this coin offers an accessible and educational entry point into the world of coin collecting. The 1985 Washington quarter dollar with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. The series was originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, but became a permanent fixture in U.S. coinage due to its popularity. The 1985 P quarter was struck during a period of economic stability in the United States, as the country experienced financial growth following the economic challenges of the 1970s and early 1980s. The Washington quarter maintained its classic design by John Flanagan, which had been used since 1932. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, based on a bust sculpted by Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1785. Above Washington's head is the inscription "Liberty," while "In God We Trust" is positioned to the left. The year 1985 appears below Washington's chin, with the P mint mark located just above the date, distinguishing it from quarters minted in Denver or San Francisco. The reverse design displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, signifying military strength, while an olive branch is positioned below, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America" and "E pluribus unum" appear above the eagle, while quarter dollar is placed at the bottom. This design remained consistent until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. A total of 772,400,000 Washington quarters were struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1985, making this coin widely available in circulation. Because of its high mintage, the 1985 P quarter is common in lower grades, though well-preserved examples in mint state condition are scarcer. Circulated quarters from this year often exhibit signs of wear, such as flattened details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, but uncirculated examples remain sought after by collectors. The market value of a 1985 P quarter varies based on its condition. In circulated grades, it is generally worth its face value, though examples in extremely fine XF condition may sell for around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated specimens in about uncirculated condition can be worth between $2 and $5, while those graded MS60 to MS64 may fetch between $10 and $20. Higher mint state grades, such as MS65 to MS67, can command prices ranging from $50 to $250. The rarest high-grade examples, particularly those in MS68 or better, can reach values exceeding $1,000 due to their exceptional preservation and rarity. Several notable errors and varieties exist for the 1985 P Washington quarter, making certain specimens more desirable among collectors. One of the most well-known errors is the doubled die obverse, DDO, where slight doubling can be observed in inscriptions such as "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These errors vary in severity, with more pronounced doubling commanding higher premiums. Off-center strikes are another notable error, occurring when the coin is misaligned during striking, resulting in a partial design. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these errors can be worth between $50 and $200. Clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an improperly cut blank, can also increase a coin's value. Coins with a broad strike error, meaning they were struck without the retaining collar, have a wider and slightly distorted shape, and are also sought after by error collectors. Despite its high mintage and common circulation status, the 1985 P Washington quarter continues to hold interest among numismatists. Many collectors aim to complete a full date and mint mark set of Washington quarters, making this coin an essential addition. High-grade mint state examples are challenging to find due to the mass production process, which often led to minor surface abrasions and weak strikes. Error collectors also seek out unique variations, particularly doubled dies and off-center strikes. Additionally, coins from the 1980s hold nostalgic value for many collectors, especially those who grew up during that era. While the 1985 P. Washington Quarter may not be considered a rare or key date, its role in the larger Washington Quarter series, its historical significance, and its potential for valuable errors and high-grade specimens make it a noteworthy piece for any numismatic collection. The 1995 Washington Quarter dollar with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which had been in circulation for over 6 decades by the time this coin was minted. Originally introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington Quarter remained a staple of U.S. coinage throughout the 20th century. The 1995 P Quarter represents one of the later issues in the pre-50 state quarters era, just a few years before the design would be replaced in 1999. The mid-1990s were a time of economic growth and technological advancement in the United States, and the demand for circulating coinage remained high. The U.S. Mint continued producing large quantities of Washington Quarters to meet everyday commerce needs. By 1995, advances in minting technology had improved coin striking quality, but due to the high production numbers, many coins still exhibited contact marks and weak strikes. The design of the 1995 P. Washington Quarter remained unchanged from the original John Flanagan design used since 1932. The obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington, modeled after the 18th century sculpture by Jean-Antoine Houdon. The word Liberty is inscribed above Washington's head, with "In God We Trust" to the left. The year 1995 is displayed at the bottom with the P mint mark positioned just above it. The reverse of the coin depicts the heraldic eagle, an emblem of strength and national identity. The eagle's wings are spread wide as it clutches a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military readiness. Below the arrows is an olive branch, representing peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" appear above the eagle, while "Quarter Dollar" is positioned at the bottom. This classic design remained in use until the 50-state quarters program began in 1999, introducing new reverses featuring state-themed designs. The Philadelphia Mint struck a total of 1,004,336,000 Washington quarters in 1995, making this issue one of the more common quarters from the 1990s. Due to the high mintage, circulated examples are plentiful, and most 1995 P quarters found in circulation show signs of wear, including loss of detail on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. However, well-preserved uncirculated examples are less common and are more desirable to collectors. The market value of a 1995 P Washington Quarter depends on its condition. In circulated grades, it is generally worth its face value of 25 cents, though coins in extremely fine XF condition may be worth around 50 cents to $1. About uncirculated AU specimens can sell for between $2 and $5, while uncirculated examples in extremely fine XF condition can sell for between $5 and $10. Mint state MS60 to MS64 may range from $10 to $20. Higher mint state grades, such as MS65 to MS67, can command values between $50 and $200. While coins graded MS68 or higher are exceptionally rare and can be worth more than $1,000. Several notable errors and varieties exist for the 1995 P Washington Quarter, which can make certain coins more valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, DDO, where slight doubling can be seen in inscriptions such as Liberty and In God We Trust. While not as dramatic as some earlier double die varieties, these errors still attract interest from collectors. Off-center strikes are another collectible error, occurring when the coin is misaligned during the striking process, leading to part of the design missing. The value of off-center errors varies based on how far off the strike is, with more dramatic misalignments commanding premiums of $50 to $200. Clipped planche errors, which result in a portion of the coin's edge being missing, are also collectible and can range in value from $20 to $100. Other errors include broad-struck coins, which occur when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand outward. These errors are less common but can be worth $50 to $150 depending on the extent of the error. Additionally, some 1995 P quarters were struck with grease-filled dies, resulting in weak or missing design elements. While these errors are generally less valuable than other types, they can still attract collector interest if they are particularly dramatic. The 1995 P Washington quarter holds appeal for collectors for several reasons. Many numismatists aim to complete a full date and mint mark set of Washington quarters, making this coin an essential addition to such collections. While common in circulated condition, finding high-grade mint state examples is more challenging due to the high production numbers and mass handling of these coins. Collectors also seek out error coins with double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets being among the most desirable varieties. Beyond its numismatic value, the 1995 P quarter also carries historical and nostalgic significance. Coins from the 1990s are increasingly being collected by those who grew up during that era, adding to their appeal. Although it is not considered a rare or key date, the 1995 P Washington quarter remains an important piece of the Washington quarter series, serving as a link between the classic pre-1999 design and the modern era of U.S. coinage. That wraps up our discussion on 3 notable Washington quarters. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, these coins offer fascinating details, key errors, and exciting value potential. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of numismatics. See you next time.